Hi all. Today we'll discuss the least tourist-friendly countries that I've visited. Now these can be based on safety, a few instances that we came across, or pure infrastructure as well. I'll be going on an ascending order of which country made us feel either unsafe or slightly uncomfortable. To start off with Africa, we have been to about 3 countries in Africa. We've been to Seychelles, we've been to Kenya, and we've been to Tanzania. I'll take Seychelles out of this equation because Seychelles behaves like a European country. It's priced like one as well. Kenya, we landed at Nairobi. So Kenya, we went on a Masai Mara trip. On day 1, we were supposed to be in Nairobi, and the next day we were supposed to go to the Masai Mara reserve. Now we decided, okay, we'll go to the small, there was some market that was there, and we wanted to see that. The cab guy didn't have any internet on him. Now we knew our hotel name, but we didn't know the exact way to get there. We got lost. It was night. There isn't a lot of light around in the city, so we felt a little unsafe there. We did reach because the GPS was working, and I remembered which roads we had to take and the nearby places that we had to go. So we did reach safely. The next day we went to Masai Mara. Similarly, when we went to Tanzania, we went to the main city, that is Dar es Salaam, and we had to take a ferry towards Zanzibar. And a lot of people had told us, listen, be aware of pickpockets. It was a lot crowded. There were people trying to scam you. So a little bit of safety issue we did feel when we landed there. Now here's the thing. Once you reach the tourist-friendly places, it's amazing. I mean, Masai Mara is by far the best trip I've taken in my life. I've been to over 25 countries now, and Masai Mara is up there by some margin. Same goes with Zanzibar. Zanzibar, I think one of those beach places. I recommend it over Thailand. I recommend it over Seychelles as well. I really love the place. There is another thing when it comes to Africa. It's not like the hospitality is bad. I come from Southeast Asia, I come from India, where hospitality is up there. So we did feel that a lot of the staff weren't trained in sort of the polite way that you should be talking to people. I don't think they were rude. I just think they weren't trained that well. But I would definitely suggest anyone to go to Masai Mara or Zanzibar irrespective of that. Next is Thailand. Now here's a weird one. The discomfort in Thailand has nothing to do with Thailand, has nothing to do with the local population. It is to do with the Indian population there. When you get into a Thai flight, the air hostess is uncomfortable with you. When they see that you're an Indian in the flight, they do start getting uncomfortable. When you go to a few places, the waiter can seem a little rude. But I understand it comes from a place where they have seen a lot of very drunk Indian uncles going there and misbehaving. In fact, I came across a news article where Indians went to one of their beaches and dirtied the entire place up. So I think Thailand is about Indians not behaving the best rather than the people. Thailand as a country has one of the best tourist infrastructure. I mean, the roads, everything is amazing. Here's a pro tip, by the way. If you don't want to interact with the usual Thailand crowd, go to Krabi instead of a Pattaya. It's slightly more expensive, but because of that, the usual crowd gets filtered out. All right, next one is we enter Europe, Spain. Now, Spain is a weird country. I mean, anywhere we went, the people were related to tourism. So anyone we interacted with who were in the tourism sector loved you. The hospitality was great as well. But the local population of Spain does not want tourists. Now we were in Granada for one of the days and we were going through a walking tour. By the way, if you're going to any city in Europe, do go to the walking tour. It's amazing. And there was this one guy who was behind us and he was hailing abuses at us. Now I don't know a lot of Spanish, but I understood the word mierda and perro. I think that means a dog. The ironic part, he was walking his dog, so I don't know why he was calling his dogs. Anyway, the thing is, the local population feels that because of so much tourism, people are buying houses in the main cities and putting them on Airbnb. Now, what happens because of that is the rent increases. So I get why they don't want tourists. In fact, a couple of years before we went, there was news that Spanish people were spraying tourists with water guns as well. I get why they are doing it. But here's another example. We went to Armenia. The people are amazing in Armenia, by the way. They had a lot of Russian people coming in. Now, they didn't mind Russian people coming in. They said that because of a lot of Russian money coming in, their infrastructure is actually improving. So they didn't mind that. So maybe for the same problem statement, two different styles of thinking. Spain overall was amazing. I mean, they have some beautiful cities, Barcelona, Madrid. I told you about the walking tour, right? I just want to share a story. Like the lady was explaining to us a love story of two people. And just when she started the story, there were street musicians behind playing the violin, and it went to a crescendo, and the story ended with they had two statues looking at each other of that couple, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I'm telling you, you should go for walking tours in European cities. Okay, next one is Georgia. Now, Georgia is one of those countries where, especially at the entrance points at airports or if you're at the border, you feel they are judging you based on your passport, and sometimes this as well. We have been to Georgia twice. Both of the times, entering Georgia was a hassle. The first time they made us wait about 5-10 minutes at immigration. They checked all our documents and then said, okay. The second time, we were actually entering Georgia from Armenia via car. Our car stopped at the Armenian border. We went there. By the way, my passport picture is extremely shady. If you look at it, you will stop me at borders as well. But the guy looked at my picture and he said, what happened? I'm like, sir, I was not married back then when I took the picture. And he's like, okay, did you enjoy Armenia? Like, yeah. So, hey, have a good stay in Georgia. Now, we walked 100 meters and we went to the Georgian border. My wife went first and she was asked a few questions, and she looked at me and said, hey, get these documents ready. The lady realized that I'm with her, called me as well, asked us a couple of questions and then asked us to stand aside. Now they are going through the usual immigration process. We wait there 20 minutes, nothing. Then a guy comes, the lady says something to him. The guy looks us up and down and says, hey, I think they are not shady people, let them go. Then they let the wife go, made me wait another 10 minutes and then let me go. I've made a video on what all documents and everything you should have ready, especially if you belong from India, Pakistan or Bangladesh. By the way, if you like the video so far, please do subscribe to us. So the next one is Austria. We had a couple of instances there. There is this palace called Schönbrunn Palace, I think. And they had a really famous cafe at the top of a hill. Now in Europe, you walk a lot, and this was a day where we would end up with 28,000 steps for the day. I do 4,000 on average, so 28,000. And we had to climb this hill, and I was exhausted. When we reached the cafe finally, what I did was I took out my shoes and kept my feet above the shoes. The waiter comes and in a very rude tone says, hey, can you wear your shoes? Don't you see this is a restaurant? And I have never had that in my entire life. As I said, I belong to India. The hospitality is incredible there. And the weird part was there were a lot of people around me in sandals and slippers. So I didn't get that. Yeah, so the another instance was we were staying with a couple friend of ours. And the female is my wife's childhood friend. And she is engaged to a localite there. Now her friend wanted to show the basement to her. She asked my wife to wait a few flights up while she opened the basement, and a local guy came there and started speaking something in German, and I got to know it later that he was asking whether you have the keys or not. He looked at my wife and then started ranting something. The fun thing about my wife's friend is she is fluent in German. She is actually an Austrian now, and she apparently gave her peace of mind to the guy as well. And later that night night, her fiance also had a chat with the neighbors. So there were a couple of instances. Also, Austria was one of those countries where even when you're sitting in a local transport, you could feel people are not very comfortable with you there. So I actually asked the localite guy, is that something in my head, or is that something in the culture? Do they not like Indians that much, or I don't know. He said that Austrians are like that. Like the waiters are rude to even him when he goes to a restaurant. So I don't know, Austria, maybe step up your hospitality game, man. One of the only European countries where there's tipping culture. I hate tipping culture. I dread going to US just because I hate the tipping culture so much. But anyway. So those were the countries that we did feel a little uncomfortable in. Do you want us to do a series of the best countries to visit? Do tell me in the comments.